it's me, PEDIA, your friendly neighborhood booktuber. So today's video I'm gonna talking about my classic books collection. I do have a lot of books since I'm a thirsty reader. I really love books, but also I have a lot of classic books. Not a lot, I do have some. I do have 14 of them, and the first one, without further ado, this is The Three Musketeers. I do have The Three Musketeers even though I haven't read them yet. A lot of these books I haven't read them yet, so I'm gonna classify them into two parts, which is the one that I haven't read one and the one that I already read one. So the first one is The Three Musketeers, which is I haven't read them one, but this is definitely the classic ones. There's definitely a lot of musicals, and I know that these scenes, like they're holding a sword and they combines together, something like this. I know that, and yeah, it's fun, might be. And also this is hardcover. I think my mom got this from his friends, I think, and yeah, since his friend doesn't really read the book anymore, and she just gave it to me, and thank you, mom. So yeah, my mom giving a lot of me English books because I can really afford English books. They're really expensive, and also again it's hardcovers. There's no way I'm gonna bought them, and I loved it. I love a classic story. The next one, this is gonna be the upcoming 2020 movie, but due to the pandemic you do not watch this at 2020. Might be coming out in 2021 or 2022, which is Black Beauty. Black Beauty gonna be played by Kate Winslet as the Black Beauty, which is the horse, and the girl gonna be played by Dakota Fanning, I guess. And the story is a classic about the Black Beauty has lived his whole life on a peaceful farm, but when his master's wife falls ill, Beauty's life takes a dramatic turn for the worse. So it's a story about this black horse that I didn't know what race he is, but might be this great, might be enjoyable, might be you already know about the review, might be also you already read the story, great for you. But I do have this, but I haven't read them yet. And next is Heidi, which is really famous one. Yes, Heidi. If you know the Yodelier from the Switzerland, it's, look at this. Heidi thrives in the open air and sunshine of the Swiss Alps. So it is a classic Switzerland movie. Everybody must be know about the story. Do you know about Swiss? Oh yeah, I know about Heidi. Everybody knows about that, and Heidi is really classic ones. I do feel proud to having this, but I'm not feeling proud that I haven't read them yet, which is really a shame because I have them a lot of books, but I haven't read them yet. Might be, I mean, my classes kind of sucks, especially my online classes. I do not really having the time management. I might be doing a bullet journal, but since that is really takes a lot of time, so I did not really do them yet. And yeah, I wish I could really manage my time in this soon before I was 20. Right now it's 2020. I'm still a teen, but I wish I could do better thing before I was 20, especially on time management. Finger crossed. Next is White Fang. White Fang is a half dog and half wolf. That's yeah, part wolf and part dog, which is Dolph. Just let's say that D-O-L-F. Just say that part wolf, part dog. This is also a classic story. I haven't really know them yet, but this might be really popular in every single culture. But yeah, I'm feeling proud to having this, even though I haven't read them yet. But definitely I'm gonna read them soon. And also next is, I really want to read them now because this story is kind of really like feminist feeling like, but I don't know, it's Pollyanna. Pollyanna, poor Pollyanna, penniless and orphaned. Yeah, she doesn't have parents then, she doesn't seem to have much to be happy about, and when she moves in with her harsh aunt Polly, things start to look even worse. And I really want to read the story, but again, since I haven't had the time yet, I really sure I need to time management. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. And yeah, Pollyanna, I might be able to read this one after I make this video. Might be after I edit this video. Finger crossed again. I have Robin Hood, which is also the famous one. I already watched the movie, especially the newest movie, the 2018 one, but I haven't read the book yet. I know that he's a good thief, he's definitely like doing a white lie, something like that, and a lot of people are gonna be saying, oh, so you're gonna be still like Robin Hood. It's a pop culture thing, but again, I haven't read the story yet. I wish I could read the story soon or later, so really again, finger crossed I would read this book. Next is my favorite. I already watched a lot of story about this, which is the ID, about the disorder, about the personality, about having different person inside of us, which is the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is really famous, especially for my generation right now. There's a lot of movies about this story, like Split, there's Glass, there's also my another favorite James McAvoy movie, which is Trance. Even though Trance is not like disorder, or what do you call this? And also the other James McAvoy movie that I love, which is X-Men. Totally, he's like the intellect, he's like really great guy, he's the professor. And also the other movie is Trance. Trance is really great movie. That is a story also that he's, you know, giving up of his mind, but turns out he knows the truth. Who is he? And again, back to the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I do read the story, half of them, but not finished them yet. I think I'm at the chapter 6, I guess. Oh yeah, by the way, this book's also having the illustration, even though not every page they have the illustration, but they do have some, which is really great. The illustration is really great. It's look like sketch, and also I'm focusing on my art right now, even though I'm not an art student, but I wish I could do my art better. So that's why I read a lot of different books. I read a lot of different cases, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I think it's gonna be really a great story if I really read them really well. And also English is not my first language, but I wish I could learn a lot from this book. Definitely, if I didn't know what's the meaning of this translation, I'm gonna find the other translation in the Urban Dictionary or yyy.sudara.com, or I'm gonna find on Merriam-Webster. Definitely, that's the classic ones you're gonna find the translation. And yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think it's my first classic books that I owned, and it's great. It's really great. I love this, and also the quality of this classic books, it's all great. Look at this. This is really great quality, and also the price is like $4 or $7. In here there's 4, in here there's 7. This is really great quality. I don't know why they dumped them off and do not want to read them anymore. Next is again the classic one. I haven't watched the movie yet, which is Frankenstein. Victor Frankenstein, Daniel Radcliffe, the one who's playing, and might be the other version of Frankenstein, which is Edward Scissorhands. Yes, I haven't watched them yet, but I wish I could watch it as soon as possible. Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein didn't mean to make a monster, but when he builds a man out of dead body parts and bring him to life. And yeah, this one is totally classic. Even though you didn't read the story, you might be know, but oh, there's a doctor, he wants to build another man, another dead man, and the man started to be a bad guy. And yeah, and also I watched the movie of his writer, of this Frankenstein writer, which is Mary Shelley. I watched her movie, which is kind of sucks why she choose to elope with a guy that also that guy gonna leaves her. Why she do that? Why? Kind of didn't understand. But again, feminism, definitely I have to support that. She's doing great at that time. Definitely writing a story as a girl is not really easy, rather than now we're having a lot of chances. And yeah, Frankenstein, if I give a rating, even though I haven't read them yet, I'm gonna give them like 3.5 out of 10, because the famous story, the characteristics, and also I already read them until chapter 6. This is my bookmark. Yes, I already read them at chapter 6, and so far so good, but I haven't just finished them yet. Next, Romania. Yes, Dracula. Dracula is from Romania, which is, I'm surprised. I thought Dracula might be from Berlin, German, or like Czechoslovakia, but turns out Dracula is from Romania, which is Jonathan Harker travels to Transylvania for a business deal with a Romanian nobleman. Oh, so he's from Transylvania, which is he's definitely states, and he's from a Romanian nobleman. Yeah, the Dracula also. I didn't really know what is the Dracula story about. There's the Dracula, but oh, he needs blood, he needs bats, he's gonna became vampire, or he's gonna be like Edward Cullen from Twilight. Who knows? I didn't really know, but I really wish I had a chance to read this again as soon as possible. Soon or later, I'm gonna definitely read these books. And again, the price of this book is totally same. They're all $95 and $7.95. I don't know what this can means, but the upper part, which is $4.95, it's a bit cheaper rather than the can $7.95. I don't know why that's different. And also all these books were published by Sterling Publishing Co. Inc. from New York here. And all of the story is totally retold story from the classic ones, and this is just like new edition, I guess. Next, The Wind and the Willows. It's a story about all the animals that start racing together, I guess. They're living in the woods, they're living in the sea, they're living in the river, and they're coming together. There's 4 of them, which is Toad, Mole, Rat, and Badger. Kinda good, I think. I haven't read it. I haven't know the story yet. I didn't really know about this story. I know that there's a story about a frog or a toad that, oh my god, it's floating at the outside. We need to reach at the top of the buildings of the tree. I know that. I know about the story at Turtle and the Rabbit. Definitely, it's the classic one. But The Wind and the Willows, I don't think I really know about this. But yeah, I gotta read this as soon as possible. And next is moving to part 2, which is the books that I already read them. The one, Around the World in 80 Days. I already watched the movie. I already read the story. It's great. He's meeting the guy who is making the airplane. Who is that guy? The brothers, Wright brothers. Yeah, Wright brothers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but definitely that's the Wright brothers, because that's the only thing that only brothers having, right? The only brothers invented, which is the plane. And the guy were really, really different in the movie, which is in the movie he's like crazy scientist. And meanwhile in here it's like, oh, I'm a rich guy and fine, I'm gonna travel around the world in 80 days. Done. And I'm gonna give this book like 4 out of 5 because I'm gonna give these books like 4 out of 5 because it's really enjoyable and I love these books. And also this is the first book that I just read and finished them. So it is a good luck for me, I think. I think I read this like 2 days or 3 days only because this is really thin. Not a lot of conflicts in there. And this one was my favorite, which is The Prince and the Pauper. I have nothing to say. I love this story. I love the story that he's a prince, he's meeting the pauper, and he's became a great guy for the pauper. And yeah, this is great. And also this, again, this all price same, which is $4.95 and $7.95. This is a retold story from Mark Twain. Yes, it's from Mark Twain, which is really surprising because I didn't really know at first this is the story of Mark Twain. And also, I didn't start read these books first, but my friends does. So I bring this book when I was in bilingual class in junior high school. I brought these books at my bag definitely, and I put them in the locker. And my friend saw this and she said, "Oh, can I read that book?" "Oh yeah, sure." And she read it like, "Oh, this is a really interesting book. Do you have any different book like this?" "Yes, I do have one. Please bring it more." And she just read a lot of my classic books rather than me. I think she read more than 10. And meanwhile, I just read it like under 5. Next is, this is coming as a movie in 2019. Yeah, it says on your name, Emma Watson, Meryl Streep, and also Timothée Chalamet, which is Little Woman. Yes, I haven't watched the movie yet, but I already read the story. This is a really great story. It's about friendships, about your sister, but it's about your family. It's not just about love, but you have to take care of Mac, Joe, Amy, and Beth. This is really great. It's all about the power of being a friendship, the power of being loved, the power of being family, and the power that I don't know, it's just, if you imagine these days, there's a little woman in like 21st century right now. I don't think so. I don't think so the sister gonna be really bonds like the March sister like this. So this one is really like 3 out of 5, I think, because I kind of enjoy the story, but because I read it like, oh, sometimes I read it, sometimes not. So yeah, I give this 3 out of 5. Sorry by the way about the sudden change. My camera started to die. This is the condition of my camera now. The memory is kind of full, and please excuse this guy because he's already still with me like 40 minutes ago since I'm reviewing all these books. So next is Rebecca of the Sunny Brook Farm. This book, I think I read this like kind of my guilty pleasure. I do really enjoy this, and also she's like the classic bougie from city girl but suddenly moving to the farm area, and she's bringing her straw hat. And also this books that the first book that I used to learn about translation, this one. Yeah, I learned about translation in this book. I learned a lot because this book is really easygoing. They're not really pushing through the character. They're not really like, oh, you must finish this. No, but I do really enjoy to finish this book, and I think I'm gonna give this like 3 out of 5. Again, the premise is about feisty and talkative. Feisty, the premise of the story is about feisty and talkative 11-year-old Rebecca is sent by her mother to live with her 2 aunts in the town. Now Rebecca has to learn to deal with school, friends, and neighbors, and most of all, her aunt Miranda. Just that, if you really want to know what the story is. Yeah, this book is really like, again, like I say, it's really guilty pleasure. It's just like if I read the book of Kiera Chas, which is the selection series. And yeah, that books conclude that this all my, oh my god, it's so bright by the way, this all my classic books. I have 14 of them, and only 4 of them that, only five of them that I just, only 4, yeah, from this one, only 4 of them that I just read one, and the other 10 were like I haven't read them yet. And thank you for tuning with me, even though the quality of the video is really bad, and this guy worked a lot. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you were really supporting this channel, and thank you once again.